Here we are, lesson on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You may remember those Japanese cities as being, if you've heard of this before, the cities on which the first atomic bombs were dropped. And you see in the opening slide here, the image on the right is the image of the bomber that carried the bomb to the first target, Hiroshima. Then you see the bomb that was dropped, 9,700 pounds, pretty big for one bomb, 10 feet long, and only 28 inches in diameter. So once you see some of the and read about some of the damage that was caused, you'll understand the difference between regular bombs and atomic bombs. If one bomb could cause that much damage. And on the left, you see the mushroom cloud, which results after an atomic explosion out in the real world. Learning targets. You're going to investigate the dropping of atomic bombs using the sources so you can explain how atomic weapons helped to end World War II. Here are the direction slides. There's content to help you learn on slides 5, 6, and 8, and the slides 7, 8, and 9 have the content, and slides 11, 12, and 13 are your optional things. So here's the opening part, the timeline, where you see other things you've learned, and then you see the red May 7th VE Day and the other red VJ Day, Victory over Europe, Victory over Japan. And yellow is what you're studying today. So those bombs were dropped about 3 days apart. You say, why was that? Well, we dropped the first one. They didn't surrender. So we dropped the second one to get their, to consider surrendering. So here's your first source, and it has some questions for you to think about to help you get information out of the video. It's not a very long video, but it is the first source, and then you're going to be answering these quick questions. And one of them is one that all you got to do is think about what you learned and highlight. Then on slide 8, you have a Ducksters page. And you know Ducksters works. You have content, pictures, a little bit of text, but you can always scroll to the bottom to actually have it read to you. And then you come back in the questions. Again, I always suggest looking at the questions before you look at the source. Then the reflection in these parts are very important. You want to make sure you do this survey and this survey, both of them. You got to do both of them. And the more you put into it, the better it is. I mean, if you get a survey and you say you don't have any questions, then it's hard for me to answer your questions if you don't ask them. And then this part here, great. Don't forget to turn and submit your work document once you're done on Google Classroom. But also, I'm going to make an offer to you. There were different groups of people that were involved in or impacted by the development of the atomic bombs. We couldn't have dropped them if we hadn't been spending years developing them. So if you'd like to learn a little bit about some of the women, the African Americans, the Latina Americans, the Native Americans involved in it, email me. Won't be any work involved, but just something for you to look at if you're interested. And then your optional activities, slides 11, 12, and 13. So that would be it.